The fluoridation of the US's water supply has been going on for over 50 years. There has never been any testing on what it actually does to the pineal gland of the brain before 1990. Let's take a look at what the pineal gland is and what it does. The pineal gland, also called the pineal body, epiphysis cerebri, epiphysis, or the third eye. It produces melatonin, a hormone that affects the modulation of wake, sleep patterns, and photoperiodic, or seasonal functions. It is located near to the center of the brain, between the two hemispheres, tucked in a groove where the two rounded thalamic bodies join. The pineal gland is reddish-gray, shaped like a tiny pine cone, and about the size of a pea, 8 mm in humans. It is often seen in plain skull X-rays, as it is often calcified. Calcification is typically due to intake of the fluoride found in water and toothpaste. Now we know it is shaped like a pine cone and is the size of a pea, and fluoride calcifies it. Let's go back to where it mentions the third eye and see what that means. The third eye, also known as the inner eye, is a mystical and esoteric concept referring, in part, to the ajna, brow, or chakra, in certain Eastern and Western spiritual traditions. It is also spoken of as the gate that leads within to inner realms and spaces of higher consciousness. In New Age spirituality, the third eye may alternately symbolize a state of enlightenment or the evocation of mental images having deeply personal spiritual or psychological significance. The third eye is often associated with visions, clairvoyance, precognition, and out-of-body experiences, and people who have allegedly developed the capacity to use their third eyes are sometimes known as seers. The true function of this mysterious gland has long been contemplated by philosophers and spiritual adepts. Ancient Greeks believed the pineal gland to be our connection to the realms of thought. Descartes called it the seat of the soul. This gland is activated by light, and it controls the various biorhythms of the body. It works in harmony with the hypothalamus gland, which directs the body's thirst, hunger, sexual desire, and the biological clock that determines our aging process. When the pineal gland awakens, one feels a pressure at the base of the brain. This pressure will often be experienced when connecting to higher frequency. A head injury can also activate the third eye. While the physiological function of the pineal gland has been unknown until recent times, mystical traditions and esoteric schools have long known this area in the middle of the brain to be the connecting link between the physical and spiritual worlds. I used to think, just how far down the foxhole do I need to go to find out exactly what it is that is being hid and what is it they want from us, when all I had to do all along was to look in the other direction, behind my eyes, in the center of my brain, to see it. It all makes perfect sense now.
Hello there, my name is Rama, and today I want to teach you about a certain region of your body that's very useful in DNA activation. You have a gland on the same level as your eyebrows in the center of your head. So if you focus in the center of your head on this level, this is your pineal gland. And your pineal gland is the same color as violet light energetically. If you're looking at it etherically, it looks like violet light. And what this gland is responsible for is your DNA system. When your pineal gland activates, you'll feel rays of light shooting throughout your body like sunlight. And there's a very specific technique you can use to activate this gland. What you can do is you can find some comfortable position, and then close your eyes, and then simply place your sense of feeling on this level. This is the same level as your eyebrows. It's higher than your eyes. Eyes are down here, right? It's higher, and it's in the center of your head, and you simply place your sense of feeling in this region, in the center of your head. And as you sit there and feel from the inside out, what ends up happening is you stimulate the awareness in this gland, and it begins to activate, and then you can light up your whole body from the inside out. So this technique is very important. Why is this? Because your DNA system carries a tremendous amount of energy to your whole body. Your DNA system carries information about who you are to your whole body. If you look around in your life and in your world, you see people who don't really have an awareness of what they're doing here. They don't know why they're here. They don't remember who they are. Many people in the yoga communities, spiritual communities, are all trying to figure out, who am I? What am I doing here? What's my purpose? They all want to find self-realization and realize what they're doing here and what their life purpose is. As you focus in this gland and you activate it, what happens is it actually gives you the code to remember who you are. Your DNA system is a tubing. It's a tubing that carries white light inside of it. What I mean by tubing? Well, just like you have a garden hose that funnels water through it, your DNA tubing is like this garden hose, and inside is the water that flows through. The water comes from your crown. Your crown receives light from the sun. It shines down on your hair, enters your brain, and then your DNA system, which is on this level, passes it throughout the whole body as light. So the water, the faucet is right here, and when you turn it on, what ends up happening is then it can flow through your DNA, this DNA tubing system that you have. So your DNA is a tubing, and what is it carrying inside of it? Well, it's the equivalent of water. It's this white light from your brain, and it's a bunch of images. It's imagery. Notice that this region is the same region as your eyes, right? You see images all around you everywhere you look. And what happens when you activate this inner connection and then funnel it into your pineal system is that you begin to see inner visions. You begin to see visions of what you're supposed to be doing. You'll see images of you very strong and powerful. You'll see images of you very intent and focused. You'll see images of different parts of your body as they're healing. You'll see other beings that you should be working with in the physical, like you'll see pictures of family members perhaps. You'll see many images, and this will give you an idea of what to do. Your pineal gland is a guidance system. What it does is it helps guide you throughout your life. When you're trying to make a decision, you look, right? You analyze the situation. You may look around. You may observe from many different angles. You're looking. You're seeing. And what happens as you activate this gland in the center of your head is that you begin to see from the inside out. You begin to see an inner reality, and this gives you a sense of guidance. It gives you what they call intuition. And then you can begin to know things before they happen. You'll see a vision of a car that's about to pull into your lane before it happens, and then you'll slow down, and that car will pull into the lane, and you won't get hit because you had this inner vision. So it's a guidance system, and in many people in this world it's been deactivated because it runs on a magnetic power. Your DNA system runs on magnetism, and if that magnetism is interfered with through technology or some forms of pollution, and a lot of food actually has a negative effect on the brain and the pineal gland, it shuts down, and you lose that intuition, you lose that inner guidance, and then you don't know what to do. You're confused, and you're lost, and you don't know who you are. So the purpose of this technique of focusing in this region is to enable you to remember who you are. It's to enable you to reawaken, to open your eyes again and see again, and realize what you're doing here, who you are, and how to proceed from day to day. So this technique you can practice anytime you want, and it's a very, very useful technique, and it's for DNA activation. And I highly recommend that you practice it anytime you want to help remember who you are and to achieve your goals for your life.